So that's an interesting way. Again, Mike Tannenbaum, Dan Graziano getting up with us here. Mike T, what'd you make of the way he handled that yesterday?
Really disappointing. I think his comments fell short. Jerry Jones hired a battlefield commander, not an excuse maker. Why don't we compare what happened in Washington with everything going on with COVID? Ron Rivera was a cancer survivor. They had 4 different quarterbacks start for them, Greeny, and they won the NFC East. And Ron Rivera, if he had opted out, nobody would have said anything, but he persevered and led his team to the playoffs. So I was disappointed by those comments. Obviously, they want to have a full offseason, have the quarterback, full health. They're getting back a lot of players. I understand that. But you're the head coach, and you want to lead without excuses, and we're in a performance business, and I was disappointed with what he said.
He talked at great length about the defense as well, and they've hired the new defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, because that was really their biggest problem last year. So, Dan Graziano, as we look at it, last year it was all about, to Mike's point, whether you want to call them excuses or reasons, all the things that went wrong. This year, how much pressure do you think there is on McCarthy to win?
Probably not as much as there should be, Greeny. I mean, look, if you look at Jerry Jones' history as the owner of the Cowboys, every coach other than one, Chan Gailey, has gotten more than 2 years. And Jerry has expressed that firing Gailey after 2 years was a mistake, and he regrets doing it. So I don't think Mike McCarthy, barring some kind of complete disaster, would be facing any kind of significant job pressure at the end of this year. You hear him talking about last year and how it was kind of a lost year. I think a lot of people feel that way. The Cowboys are excited about their offense. They really feel like Dak Prescott's recovery has gone well. Obviously, the contract they gave him reflects that. They feel like Tyron Smith, their left tackle, who's been in and out of games with injuries the last couple of years, had some work done this offseason that fixed some long-range problems, that he's healthier than he's been in a long time. So they think that offense is going to be excellent, and you can see their offseason focus so far has been on defense. The players they've brought in on defense, and then the hiring of Dan Quinn, who they think will get them back to the style of defense they were playing a couple of years ago when they used to have those former Seattle coordinators.
Yeah, look, I mean, they gave up 160 yards a game rushing last year. They have the 10th pick in the draft they can use to try and bolster that defense. But can a coordinator turn that around, Mike T? Can Dan Quinn, I've been sort of jokingly saying if he does, he's the most underpaid person in the world. Can that scheme, can that coordinator turn that defense around enough?
Absolutely. Dan's been a very successful coordinator going back to his days in Seattle. He worked under Nick Saban. They got the 10th pick, as Dan alluded to, and if they get a corner and try to fix that secondary, they could be much improved because I know they're going to hustle, they're going to tackle better, they're going to have better fundamentals. So even if they get to the middle of the pack, Greeny, as you alluded to, they'll be dramatically better on defense.
And most of the mock drafts I've seen so far have them taking Patrick Surtain II out of Alabama, the corner that you're talking about. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.